Oh my
So good afternoon and welcome. Again, we are doing this series, and you're the first one to be here with us in KBBF Bilingual Radio. This is the first bilingual nonprofit radio station in the history of the United States, bilingual English, Spanish. And so, welcome, Dr. Robert Holcomb. You are the new vice president, the first Latinx vice president of academic affairs at Santa Rosa Junior College. First of all, congratulations on the new position. And second of all, how are you going to solve all of the problems of Santa Rosa Junior College?
Well, thank you so much, Rafael. Thanks for inviting me to be on the show today. It's really a privilege. Well, the first thing I want to do is not create more problems. So if I can do that, that'd be a good thing. We have both challenges and opportunities ahead. Some of them deal with enrollment. We want to make sure that we're providing the right level of access to our community, and so we'd like to increase enrollment. That's a challenge that we have, but it's also an opportunity. We have to make sure that we have that our budget is structured in a way that's responsible, and so that's also another priority. But we also have a lot of opportunities with serving students in new ways through new initiatives. And so I've been at the college for about 6 years now. So I'm not new to the college, but I'm new to the role. And so I'm kind of getting my bearings. And I think there are going to be lots of opportunities to build upon some of the successes that we have had, and where there's a need to make some adjustments, we'll make them and just continue to do the best work we can for our community.
One of the things that I think you, as an incoming vice president and assistant superintendent of Santa Rosa Junior College, is you are going to be working with a more diverse population of faculty as well as students. Recently, you were part of hiring committees for, I think it was between 32 and 35 new faculty members from diverse backgrounds, diverse languages. And for somebody like me who has been at Santa Rosa Junior College for close to 25 years now, to see this shift, this conscious shift in this is the diversity that we want at the college, is a huge progress that we are seeing a little bit rapidly compared to what we saw, again, what I saw over the last 20 or so, 20 plus years. What is it that you are, I would say, excited about as you began this new role? You were a dean who used to oversee multiple services, multiple programs. You were the one who oversaw one of the latest grants from the federal government in order to do the program Lanzamiento. First of all, can you tell us a little bit about Lanzamiento? And then two, how, again, what are some of the things that you're excited about in your new position?
Thanks so much for the question. I'm excited about so many things, and we can start with the Lanzamiento initiative, because one thing that we know is beneficial is to make the teaching and make the educational experience relevant to our learners. And so we have this Lanzamiento initiative that's really focused on the Latinx community that we service. And it consists of kind of a nexus or a compilation, a grouping of courses from different disciplines, right? From sciences to sociology and psychology to English, math. So there are courses that we offer to all student populations, but these particular sections of those courses are taught by instructors who have signed on to create kind of a focus of the course. So you explore the same subjects, covering all the same concepts and materials, but with a focus on the Latinx experience. So immigrant communities, transnational experiences, undocumented communities, because that makes the learning more relevant to the student population. And so that's the Lanzamiento initiative. Very excited about that. We have very deliberate programming that serves currently incarcerated and formerly incarcerated students who, people who want to turn their lives around, who fell in these circumstances, but through education can have, pathways to better opportunities. And then another area is ethnic studies, which I know you have a lot of interest in as well. Ethnic studies such as African American studies, Asian American studies, Native American studies, Chicanx, Latinx studies, which kind of rounds out the curriculum, because traditionally it's been a curriculum that has had a European focus. And so this gives us opportunities to give student learning experiences from various perspectives, and that recognizes the different contributions of different cultural groups, and really makes the learning more accurate, and very relevant. So those are just some of the initiatives, but there are just a lot of exciting things going on at Santa Rosa Junior College that I can enter in this role and continue to support and build upon.
Definitely. So when you were in your previous position as dean, you were supporting as well the English language learners, ESL students. And we had Hector Delgado here visit, as he does for sure once every semester, to bring up information about enrollment and how can people, especially adults who never had the opportunity to go to college, to get that GED as a first step, right? Or to learn English as a first step towards getting an associate, a bachelor's, whatever the situation is. And Hector and I always celebrate that he and I know a few students who started at the Southwest Center of Santa Rosa Junior College with limited English skills and now have their bachelor's degree from Sonoma State University. And these are people who started college in their 40s. I actually
Wow.
have a couple where the wife just got her bachelor's at Sonoma State, and she started with English. And as she was about to get her bachelor's, she said, Rafael, who can you send me to? Because now I want to do my master's degree.
Wow.
And her husband had always wanted to get a degree in computer science. And, he says that for him, the most important thing is to get that piece of paper. Whether he ends up using it or not because of his age, that was his goal. And
Yeah.
Santa Rosa Junior College can be part of those dreams for these individuals. And what none of those individuals knew is that for a while now, you were supervising the people who were doing the work to make that college classes accessible. And so in your new role, your parents must be very proud of you. And again, I'm not sure if it is appropriate, but I'll ask in regards to what is their level of education, because for many of us who migrated to this country, or parents, and I have these conversations when I do outreach with parents, I say, why did you migrate to this country? And either because of violence in their home country or because of economic reasons. And that makes them economic refugees or refugees from violence. And they all tell me, I came here for a better life. I want to succeed, right? And their children should be successful, because we don't want them to just continue to survive, but we want them to continue to succeed. Again, how proud are your parents to have you go, from high school all the way to that doctorate?
Yeah, thank you. I think they're very proud, and I feel privileged to have had their guidance, throughout my life. My parents didn't have the same opportunities to get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a doctorate. My father was in the military. He was in the Marines, and then after that, he worked in various business industries. And my mother actually did do some coursework at a community college, but then she dedicated herself to kind of raising, as a housewife, raising my siblings and myself. But what they did do is they really instilled in us a desire to dream big and have goals, and and to have educational opportunities. They made that possible for us. So I'm really just living their dreams and my own as well. And so I'm very proud of that. Yeah. And I know that there are many communities in Sonoma County that have similar experiences. And that's just can just kind of fill us with pride, knowing that that's such a special way for people to self-actualize, right, through education, and to make their families proud and their communities proud that they're dedicating their lives to progress and to positive goals.
Definitely. I think that sometimes individuals forget that an investment in their education is really an investment in the community at large, because they'll come back
Right.
and there'll be doctors and lawyers and nurses and teachers and everything else in between. And I think that the more we remind these community members that we need them to be educated, and that Santa Rosa Junior College has a lot of the short-term type of careers as well as the transfer path, that again, hopefully they will choose to go to college and get educated. And I know that you're representing Santa Rosa Junior College here, but for radio listeners from Napa, Mendocino, Lake, and other counties, look at your community college if it is nearby, because California, it's its own country, really. We are so unique. And so
Right.
we need to educate ourselves, being the fifth largest economy in the planet. We need to educate ourselves. We need to get out there. We need to contribute to society. And here you are doing exactly that. Can you tell us where you started, and why did you choose Santa Rosa Junior College as the place for you to work?
Sure. So I actually grew up in Napa, and then right after high school, I moved to Los Angeles, and I studied at the University of Southern California, USC. I got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree from USC. Then I went on to get a doctorate, PhD from Claremont Graduate University in educational studies. I also, while I was in Los Angeles, I started a teaching career. I taught English as a second language as a faculty member at a community college in Southern California. Met my wife, we started a family. And then in 2016 was when my family and I relocated to Santa Rosa so I could begin working at Santa Rosa Junior College as Dean of Language Arts and Academic Foundations. I should mention my wife also has had an impressive career. She is a counselor, college counselor, and she was a tenured faculty member in Southern California, and she still does some counseling. But we have 4 children at home, ages 12, 11, 8, and 6. And so we definitely, between the two of us, have our hands full. But that's how I came to Santa Rosa Junior College. And then I was in the dean role for about 6 years until recently, when I had this opportunity to begin serving as Vice President of Academic Affairs. And so it's a pretty natural transition. We have great teams in place to do good work to serve students.
Definitely. And I like to ask that question about the progress, because a lot of young individuals are like, what? You're telling me I would get my doctorate in education or my doctorate in philosophy, and it's going to take me 7, 8, 9, 10 years? And what I tell them is, one way or another, you're going to be 30, and one way or another, you're going to be 40. But how you get there and the type of life that you're going to have is going to change depending whether you're working at a fast food restaurant, and whether or not you're going to be able to provide or not for your family. And so I always like to get people's perspectives on their education, how challenging perhaps it was. And so I'm really happy that again, you are in this role. And as you said, there's going to be some challenges, and then there's going to be some opportunities. And that, I believe, is the right way of looking at this situation. And again, I think that the goal here is to remind individuals that Santa Rosa Junior College is there for them as an option for them to continue with their education. And I always like to remind people that whether they're in middle school or high school, those students can also come to Santa Rosa Junior College, whether it is right
Yeah.
now in the fall semester, in the spring semester, or in the summer semester. Could you give us a little bit of information about the benefits of dual enrollment?
Yeah, absolutely. So dual enrollment is when, as you mentioned, high school students and sometimes even middle school students have the opportunity to take and complete college level coursework, and that coursework will count toward their high school credits as well as college credits, and that's a way to get a good jump start toward higher education, and you get a feel for the college experience, and it kind of helps the transition to when you're going to be a full-time college student. So we have those opportunities available, and we have an entire team here at Santa Rosa Junior College that's dedicated to supporting students in getting registered for dual enrollment. So that's definitely a key opportunity. When my kids are dual enrollment age, I'm sure they will take advantage of these opportunities, and I think that lots of families could benefit from this as well.
Definitely. And what I tell people is if your kid is 12, 13, 14, and they're still in middle school, we're not saying go and take philosophy 5 or philosophy 3 or psychology 34, which are wonderful classes, but that require a lot of reading and writing. Have them take a swimming class, have them take
Right.
an art class, have them take a music class, something that is just going to let them know how enjoyable and beautiful the college experience can be. And later on, they can do other more rigorous academic classes. And so it's important for people. And then the last question here is what is your message to the undocumented community, both the parents and the youth who may be listening or later on watching this on our YouTube channel? What is your message to them about how can Santa Rosa Junior College support them in their path to success?
My message to the undocumented community is Santa Rosa Junior College is your college, just like it's all of our college, and you belong here, and we want you here, and we have tremendous resources to support you in accessing education and in pursuing your dreams of higher education and beyond. And so we absolutely welcome and value the undocumented community, and so many of us have personal ties to that community, and so you'll always be welcome here at Santa Rosa Junior College. That's my message.
Thank you for that. And with that, I want to thank you again for being here with us to introduce yourself in your new role, and again just invite the community to go and take classes at Santa Rosa Junior College. And we hope to have you back in the near future for you to give us some updates about some of the changes that maybe are happening at the JC, so that people, again, are aware. One of the things that I tell individuals is all about transparency when we are in public work. So I welcome anytime you want to come back, please just let us know. We're more than happy to provide the space for you. And I look forward also to talking to the faculty from ethnic studies in the near future as part of this series in the community college, so that the people will know what they are going to get into when they go take a class on Native American or Asian studies, African American, Black studies, or the Chicanx, Latinx community. So Dr. Robert Holcomb, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Assistant Superintendent at Santa Rosa Junior College, thanks again for taking the time and being with us here at Líderes del Futuro in KBBF.
Thank you so much, Rafael. It's been a pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.